It's your girl Leah back again with another video. In today's video, as you can see from the title, we're going to be just talking about the frequently asked questions that I get regarding crochet hair, aka this is a video for those who are new to my channel. Now, because of some recent videos that I've made, I have a lot of new people. Even in the last 12 hours, I've gotten comment after comment of, I'm new to your channel, I just subscribed, I'm new, I'm loving it here. So many people are coming, and I haven't really been posting crochet hair content like that for like 2 weeks. So a lot of you guys are coming from older videos, from TikTok, from Instagram. You guys are coming from all over, and you guys sometimes apologize before asking me a question. You introduce the question with, I'm new here, so I'm sorry if you answered this already, but, and then insert commonly asked question. So I get it. A lot of you guys are new here, and so you're going to have some questions that I've 100% answered in the past, but I wanted to make today's video to help out the newbies to crochet hair. This is what I will title the video you need to watch before you get into crochet hair, because I will address pretty much, I think, of all the questions I have, they have all been asked over and over and over again. So if you ask one of these questions in the future, so you comment on my video and say, hey, I'm new here, this is going to be the video I'm going to link when you ask your commonly asked question, because I'm sure some of these other questions are also going to be questions on your mind when you are searching and looking to get into crochet hair. Now, the first question I always get asked in every single video from newbies is, what hair are you wearing? The hair that I'm wearing is always listed in the description box, even in videos where I'm not talking about hair. I have other content on my channel. You guys know, if you watch me, it's not 100% crochet hair. There might be a planning, an Amazon favorites video, solo travel vlog. There are other videos, and my top of mind isn't to always say, hey, here I am at lunch. Oh, let me talk about my hair. I just doesn't come to mind because I'm just living my life in a vlog. But in every single video that I produce on this channel, in the top line of the description box, it says hair worn. The hair that I'm wearing is always, always, always there. So if you're new to my channel and you're like, I'm watching a video, but I'm wondering what hair she has in, you know it's always in that description box. This is just a V-part wig that I have a video on. It is not crochet. Some of my hair is left out. Commonly asked question, how long does it last? And people will ask this on just general based videos. And you guys know I wear different hair for different length of time. So it's really going to depend on the hair, the installation, and really overall how you upkeep that hair. I'll say generally the time period is between 4 and 8 weeks. I personally would never wear hair past 8 weeks, even if it could. The next question is typically, how much does crochet hair cost? And it's really going to depend on the hair, but more than likely it's no less than $4.99, maybe $3.99 really, and no more than $6.99 a pack. The next general question I get is, where do you get crochet hair? I get DMs, I get questions. Where did you purchase this hair? Where do you get your hair from? Me personally, 9 times out of 10 is from Amazon. More recently, I just want to get out. I don't want to deal with the hassle of the hair store, because I feel like I'm always underwhelmed with the selection in stores actually. So I do go to my local Tyson. Tyson is a beauty supply store here in Charlotte. We have 2 locations, and that store has a lot of selection. It's just like repeat though. It's hair I've tried already. They have Freetress Beach Curl. They have Kima Ocean Wave. They have Kima Ripple Deep. It's like there's nothing in there really that I haven't tried. So more times than not, it's Amazon, then it's the beauty supply store, and then it's like a one-off if it's like Boho Locks. Boho Locks is their own site. Femafreak is their own site. You can't get Femafreak hair from a non-Femafreak site. So things like Trendy Tresses is the brand. You get it from Trendy Tresses. Somebody told me in one of my recent videos that they bought Toyo Tress from Toyo Tress's actual site, and it took forever to get to them. And I was like, it took me 2 days. They were like, how did you get your hair in 2 days? They comment on the video, how did you get it for 2 days? It took me 2 months to get the hair. And I'm like, oh, I got it from Amazon. 2-day prime shipping. The next question, can you wash crochet hair? People are always shocked when they find out, yes, you can wash it. I would suggest not excessively washing the hair, because at that point it loses a lot of its luster. It can become a lot more frizzy. So not excessively washing it, but washing it enough, I'd say. In my own hair, depending on the length of time I'm wearing it, if it's 4 weeks, unless I'm swimming in the hair or doing something I don't wash the hair. But if I'm, swimming, doing something, and I'm wearing it for like 8 weeks, which it's not that often that I wear a hair for 8 weeks, I will wash the hair at least once, probably no more than twice, especially if I feel like I was around a place that had smells. The thing about crochet hair is that it is a synthetic fiber, meaning that it can absorb scents that you can become nose blind to. You ever been in your house and left your house for 2 days and you come back in your house and be like, was it smell like this the whole time? Or it smells really good in here. I didn't know it smelled this good. You leave a space for a while and then you come back to the space and you're like, oh my gosh, this is what I was nose blind to. You become nose blind to scents. Like, I'm in my home right now. It doesn't have a distinct smell. When I go on vacation end of this week and I come back after 4 days, I will probably smell something now. I'm hoping for a good smell. I just did my floors. I just vacuum. I just use all the scent cleaners I need. But something that's on your head the whole time, like crochet hair, you don't have the time to leave it. You don't ever leave it. Like, it's all in your head. Unless you have a crochet wig, it's always with you. So you become nose blind. If you're a smoker, I'm telling you right now, it's in your hair. It's in your crochet hair. You think you're doing the spray in your mouth, you're doing the spray to get your car, not smelling like it. If you smoke heavily and you have crochet hair in, trust me, I've been around people with not even just crochet hair, people who have synthetic hair, like braids or anything. It soaks it up and they think, oh my God, they don't know I was smoking. They don't know. No, I 100% know. I always get questions too. Why didn't I wear hair longer? Or why did I take it out so soon? Or like, there's a lot of questions like, dang, you couldn't have gotten 8 weeks of wear. You couldn't wear it for 12 weeks. If it was me, I would have worn the hair for this long. And I'm like, I get what you're saying, but you also have to realize I do have a review channel. And my channel is very different from a lot of channels that you'll see. The reason I started my channel is because you see a lot of content on here where people install hair, which is beautiful. I was finding and coming across a lot of installs. I wasn't finding a lot of people who followed up weeks of wearing the hair. They would put the hair in, and then I watched the next video they upload. They didn't have that hair in again. So I'm like, did they wear that hair for 3 days? Like, how long does the hair last? So 6, 7 years ago. We're coming up on 7 years. Next month makes 7 years of me having this channel. 7 years ago, there was not a lot of people following through with wear. So that's why I started my reviews with the 1 day, the 1 week, and then the final thoughts. And I was wearing the hair, at least at minimum, I tried for 4 weeks. And then at max, I'm probably somewhere between 6 and 7. And there are times where I could have worn a hair longer. But because I want to bring you guys enough hair in a year, you got to think about it. If I wear hair for, let's say, 12 weeks, let's say I push a hair for 12 weeks, 52 weeks in a year divided by 12 weeks of wearing a hair, I could only try 4 hair a year. So I could only bring you guys 4 hair a year if I did that. How would I have enough content in a year? That'd be 4 videos, 4 review videos in January, February, March, April, May, June. I would only have 4 videos for whole of 2023. And then plus, let's just say I'm taking a hair out and then putting it back in the next day. Say I want to switch it up, let my hair breathe for a little bit. Let's say I take, if you equal it all out, a month for my hair to breathe, total. I take 2 weeks off and then 2 weeks off and then install a hair and then 2 weeks off and then install a hair. That's probably only leaving 3 hair that I could try a year. I want to bring you a good quantity of hair while also maintaining that I have quality videos. So it's about the balance between quality time spent in the hair and the quantity of videos that I can produce in a year. My goal is to have at least 7. So thinking about that, how long could I realistically wear hair if I want to bring you 7 videos a year? And then there's sometimes where I do want to have my hair out, or I want to have a blowout, or I want to experience the hair that's up under the crochet hair. So that is why I don't wear hair forever and ever and ever. And then piggybacking off of that question, another frequently asked question, why don't I reuse any hair, or do I reuse any hair, or can you reuse crochet hair? One, I don't reuse the hair after I've tried it. It's pretty much one and done for me. It's pretty affordable. Like I said, $4.99, $5.99 a pack on average. It's, by the end, it's been through it all. It's been cut certain ways. It's just not the same hair it was at the beginning. And it's so affordable that I just throw it in the trash can. I throw it in the trash can. I mean, if it's a cheap hair, I'm throwing it in the trash can. Can you reuse the hair? Absolutely. If you feel like you want to reuse it, you feel like you kept it intact, if you feel like it's a braided style, so those goddess box braids that I tried, soft locks, some of those braided styles look exactly the same from day one to the very last day. So can you reuse crochet hair? Absolutely. The next commonly asked question, how do you maintain the hair? Again, I say this, it is dependent on the hair you have in. My routine for Freetress deep twist is not my routine for Freetress beach curl. It's not my routine for, Kima soft dread. It's not my routine for the Amazon goddess box braids. All four of these are different routines. So that's why in each of my video, I address maintenance for that specific hair. I hate giving blanketed advice, but if I can say 3 things that I would probably do for every hair. The number one thing, sleep with a silk or satin bonnet, or at the bare minimum, have a satin pillowcase. Some people are like, I want to be cute. I want to lay my crochet hair on my cotton pillows, on my cotton sheets, and I expect great results. No. Number 2, get you a Hawaiian Silky Miracle Worker 14-in-1. Hawaiian Silky is the brand. The brand name is Miracle Worker, or the underbrand is Miracle Worker, and it has 14-in-1 uses. One of the uses I use it for is detangling. Now, I don't need it for every hair, but I do use it for probably a majority of my hair. It's just a great product. If you feel like it's too thick, you might want to dilute it with some water. So spray it and then spray some water on top of that. However, I love that product. I won't always say mousse is needed. Mousse, I don't think is always needed at all, but I will say having Hawaiian Silky, if you try multiple hair, it will come in handy. And the number 3 thing is have those scissors ready to cut those ends. Cut any stragglers, cut any matting. Some people want to save some things. How do I defeat this? Or how do I get rid of frizz? Cut it. How do I get rid of tangles? Cut, cut, cut. Or, you can detangle. So maybe not cut tangles, because you can detangle hair using Hawaiian Silky, but matting frizz balls at the end, just make sure you're cutting for evenness of the shape, so you're not like cutting all of this and then this hair be like this length. That's how a lot of my hair becomes shorter over time. It's not because I wanted it to, it's because sometimes I'm cutting frizz, sometimes I'm cutting things, I'm trimming those frayed ends, those kind of split hairs, everything. I want everything to look neat, so those scissors come in handy. So maintenance wise, it's not one size fits all, unfortunately, for every hair. Each hair, in my opinion, has a different routine for it. It's just finding the hair that you're looking to try, and then you can watch my particular video on that hair, and I tell you what I do in those videos. The next question I recently got from a newbie, it was like on my Freetress beach curl video, and they were like, is this video sponsored? Because I'm not having the same exact results that you are having. I bought Freetress beach curl with my own money, which I do pretty much 97% of the hair. Or if it's sponsored, I always say it, and you hear me never say it because I don't like doing sponsored content. I don't like being beholden to a company for time frames on when I have to release things. I don't want to have to send it for their review and their approval. I just don't. I haven't posted a video on YouTube as I'm filming this right now in 2 to 3 weeks. My life has just been all over the place, and I didn't have to answer to anybody. That felt good. It feels good not to stress. You don't want extra stress on yourself. So having sponsorships with companies, they put stress on you. You sign a contract for those sponsorships. I don't like signing contracts. So to address that question, I'm going to answer it with something, a disclaimer that I put in most of my videos, is that everything I say in the videos are my opinion. So if you have a different experience with a hair than I had, I'm showing you and vlogging how I took care of the hair. I'm vlogging and telling you very clearly how I work with the hair. I don't leave anything out. So you see me day 1, you see me week 1, and you see me on the final thoughts. I say there's a bunch of reviews where I hated hair. There's about half reviews I like hair, half reviews I hate the hair. Sometimes I'm in the middle. I really do like Freetress beach curl. It doesn't matter to me if you don't buy it. Some people might be like, well, I don't know. I don't believe in it. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not Freetress. So the thing about my channel is everything I say is my opinion. I try to show you and tell you every single thing. My videos are longer, or on the longer side, because I'm trying to be as thorough as possible, and thoroughness sometimes takes time. The next commonly asked question, even though I have video upon video addressing it, is can you swim in crochet hair? I literally, as I'm getting ready this morning to film this video, how long ago was that comment? It was 17 minutes ago. I got this comment from Cindy Tinkerbell 6677. She said, I'm a scuba diver. I'm going to Mexico for a week, diving at least 3 times a day for 5 days. What hair would you recommend? And she left this comment on my 2023 top hair for crochet video. So, or my top crochet hair for vacations video. I'll link that video up above. I go over my hair that I would wear for a vacation. But she says she's going 3 times a day swimming. So I'm thinking morning, afternoon, and evening in the water, submerging herself for 5 days. That'll be a total of 15 submersions in water. That's not what my video is about. It's not about excessiveness with water. It's like a vacation. Like when I say a vacation, you're just near water. You might dip your head in for a bit. You're going under. I snorkeled. I took a lot of water adventures in my recent trip to San Juan. And was that where it was? Yeah, San Juan. On my recent trip there, you saw me. I did snorkeling for about an hour, roughly hour, maybe closer to 50 minutes. And then I was in the pool and I did a couple of laps in the pool in that same trip on, I think, different days, but maybe same day. I don't know the case maybe. But that was the extent of my waterness, and then being outside, being in the elements, walking along the beach, all of that good stuff. But for a 4-day trip, I kind of came in contact with water a couple of times, and that hair really stood up, and I was able to wear a few weeks after I came back as well. That's what I mean when I say water friendly. Was it holding it up against snorkeling? Absolutely. Was it really, doing well in that water? Absolutely. And every time that I wear my hair, I'd say at max, say it's a beach kind of trip or a water kind of trip, my trips are maybe 4 days, and maybe each of those days I got around water 1 time. So maybe 4 times or 5 times, depending on the length of the trip. You're going 15 times near water. You're submerging fully your head underwater 15 times. My thought process would be, I don't know if there's any style that I would ever say 15 times, because that's 15 times just submerging. And then on top of that, my assumption is that you're going to need to wash it out. I don't know if you're going into deep water, like you're going to need to rinse out the salt water that you come in contact with, and that's not even included in the 15. So I'd say every day you're going to need to wash it out that evening. That's 20 times of washing. No, that is not. At that point, I'm going to respond back to that comment. So don't think I'm just answering it in this video. I'm not going to respond back to her. My question is, why not put a swim cap on? At that point, you're not doing it for fun. You're not doing it for, kind of just, what is the word? What's fun? Just fun. Vacationing. You're doing it like as an exercise. Like at that point, you've done it 15 times. This is beyond just a kind of a vacation beach type of situation. At that point, you really just don't want to overexpose the hair to water. Like you don't want to, and the more you do it, the more you're loosening up the braids up underneath, the more that you're suscepting the hair to tangles. I don't think any of my hair that I've recommended can go 20 days of washing. At that point, just be kind to your hair. You want to be kind to your hair, right? Put a swim cap on. Like at this point, we're not doing it for cuteness. We doing it for like exploration. And you really being, a deep sea diver. Let's put a cap on. Everything I say in my video, I try to be very clear. This is for vacations. This is where, you're setting out. You might get pushed into a pool. You might swim a bit. I don't think there's a bunch of people who watch my content, or maybe I'm wrong, who watch my content and are like, I'm about to be swimming I'm about to be in that pool like Ariel, blah, blah. Like I'm going to be swimming for days. And if that's the case, then I would say maybe we do a swim cap, because even I took swim lessons last summer. Every single day of my swim lessons, I think there was one time I just wore my real hair out because I was going to wash it out afterwards. So I didn't even put a swim cap on. But every single time I went to my swim lessons, I had a swim cap on, because I'm not trying to look cute. Who am I trying to look cute for? We are in there just to learn. Like this ain't the time for my Instagram like I'm trying to be cute. Put a swim cap on if it's that much rigorous swimming. But again, I make my videos for beach trips. I say on average of getting your hair wet 5 or 6 times. If you are looking at upwards of 15 to 20 times, it's just too much. Is crochet hair synthetic? I get that question a lot. It's synthetic, yes. Like I'll review a hair. I think it was Freetress Beach Curl, or more times than not, it's on my videos on like TikTok, those little short form, because I can't go as in detail and people are finding my videos just on their For You page, so they're not familiar. So of course I'll answer there. Is it synthetic? 9 times out of 10 it is synthetic. There have been 2 times I've tried a human hair on this channel and it's been expensive. I made a video recently talking about why there aren't more human hair on the market, or the pros and cons of human hair crochet. It's going to be expensive. I think people are just thinking, I can get a bundle of human hair crochet for $15 a bundle. No. No, no, no. How long does it take to install crochet hair? Generally for me, it's no more than 3 hours. The braid down for the last, I think it's been almost 2 years. My mom has exclusively done it. We typically can get through like a show and a half, so it's always like an hour 30. And again, this is just my mom doing the braid down portion, and then I can crochet the hair in. And when I crochet the hair in, still max is at, an hour 30. Probably because I film too. Maybe it's 2 hours because I film. I have to change batteries. I'm counting in all the times where I'm have to do this, take it out. My battery can't last the whole time. Making sure I'm mic'd up. I have my mic here beside me, making sure that I have my like facts and my papers and everything that comes with filming it. Probably takes me 2 hours, but if not, it would probably take me an hour 30. So combining that braid down with the install, I say 3 hours. The heavily asked question on my channel. All of these are heavily asked. I don't know why I'm saying the heavily asked question, but the question that I get asked the most, that I won't say that annoys me the most, but I think it's because people see me, like they'll see me hold up a pack of hair, and then they'll see me take it out the pack, and they'll see me put it directly into my head. Like they'll see like I'm holding up the pack of whatever hair it is, and then they'll see me take it out, and then I'll still get asked questions in that video. Did you rinse that hair before installing? Maybe they thought I rinsed it and then I put all the hair back in the pack. So I'm going to give people the benefit of the doubt in that regard. But that is the most commonly asked question. And I'm looking at the video like I took it out directly from the pack and applied it directly to my head. When was the time for the rinsing? However, no, I have never rinsed any of my crochet hair. Every single hair that I install is directly from the package. Apple cider vinegar rinsing a hair is very common for those with sensitive scalps. So you may want to rinse the hair. Because I don't doesn't mean you shouldn't. You know your scalp. I know I don't have a sensitive scalp at all. My scalp is built for tough, the way I call it. But I have a best friend who did crochet. She did a crochet at the time when we were living together. You guys, if you've been here from the start, you might not be here from the start if you're watching this video. But if you were here from the start, I started my channel on the stairs, and my roommate had gotten into crochet hair at the same time. Like I tried it and then she got into it, because you have a roommate who has a crochet hair review channel, you're gonna give it a go. Her hair blistered so bad, like her scalp, I wish we had taken a picture of it, because I saw it with my own eyes. We had to get that out of her head. She wore that hair for a whole 24 hours and she had to let it go because her scalp turned so red. I have never seen anything like that. I'm like, we got to, like, there's no way. There's no way. She had tried crochet hair again one time after that, but she rinsed it beforehand and she didn't have that same issue. She's just not a crochet hair fan now, but because she was like, I gotta go through all this process, I gotta take it out, gotta rinse every single thing, let it sit, let it dry, let it do all this blah 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 blah. So I'm just not going through the headache. She's more of a I wear my own hair out at this point type of gal. But I will never forget seeing how red her scalp was and seeing how, like, at that point I was like, I don't even know if I would even do it even if I rinse the hair, because this is scary, because you sit down for hours. Again, this is a 3 hour 4 hour process to only take it out the next day. No, absolutely not. So if you have a sensitive scalp, please, please, please rinse the hair. Because I don't doesn't mean you shouldn't. Please, please, please rinse the hair. I don't, just because, again, I have a channel where I want to try the hair in its most authentic form, and authentically, it coming out the pack can't get any more authentic than that. I want to try it that way for the people who don't rinse their hair, so they know how to see it. If I rinse the hair, I don't know if that changes it. I honestly don't know if rinsing a hair would change the properties of it. Commonly asked question, I have perm to relax hair. Will this work? Sure, certainly. I have been natural for years, so I think that's another reason why my hair is built for tough. It hasn't had those chemicals in a while, but if you are a team relaxer, yes, you can do crochet hair. The one thing I will say is just don't do it super close to having just got that process. I can just imagine. I just remember back in the days when I would do anything. I wasn't a crochet person while I was relaxed, but I would do like maybe braided styles, and like my scalp would just be so like susceptible. Micro braids was my thing back in college. In college, you just don't know what to do with your hair, so braids it is. Micro braids it is back then. And I was relaxed back in those days too. There was a distinct difference between getting my micro braids relaxed, freshly relaxed, versus it's been about 3 months since a relaxer. And I started pushing away from getting relaxers in college when I would do micro braids because of the breakage that I would have post install of those micros versus when I had let my hair go like 3, sometimes I go like almost 6 months. I think I've gone a year in college without getting a relaxer because I didn't have my normal relaxer stylist back in those days. So I would definitely say relax is fine. Just don't get a relaxer on Tuesday and then on Wednesday sit your butt down and get in crochet style. That's not it. I'd say wait till you're pushing your relaxer to the last leg and then get a crochet style. Take that crochet style out. And I still don't know if I would immediately get my relaxer right after that. I'm not a stylist though. I need to preface this whole video with everything that I've said. I'm not a hairstylist. And the final question I'll answer is, can you exercise and crochet hair? Absolutely. You can 100% exercise and crochet hair. Please choose one of the hair that is on my active friendly list. I have a video on the active friendly hair I recommend. Also, the swim friendly hair is probably alternatively a hair that can work for your active situations. You just want to make sure you probably keep it a bit shorter than how I wear my hair typically if you have an active lifestyle, but 100% you can work out, exercise. I live a very sedentary life, but I just had my annual physical last Wednesday, and I need to get myself together real bad. So I'm gonna be somebody who starts exercising heavily in my crochet hair, and I'll bring you along on that journey with me as I go through that. So if you don't want to miss anything I have coming with my hair, whether they're swim friendly, really knowing if they're active friendly coming up soon, make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you don't miss a thing that I do over here. Make sure you also have that notification bell on so you don't miss a thing I do. Make sure that you are following me on Instagram at LeaLavon89 so you can keep up with my shenanigans in real time. TikTok at LeaLavon, which is a bit more real time. And I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.